My name's Andy and welcome to Cheltenham Paint Festival.
Andy, what gave you the idea to set up a festival like this in Cheltenham?
Well, I was running the free walls up at the Honeybourne line, and I had smaller jams for sort of 30, 40 artists, and I always had ambitions to get it all around town and put some pieces in the town centre, and then I managed to secure funding last year for the first paint festival, which went well. And we kind of piggybacked the Tour of Britain cycle race last year, and it's been so well received by the town. People love it, so we went bigger and better this year and scaled up.
So how long had you been doing the walls down? Where's the Hindbourne? Is it
the Honeybourne line?
The Honeybourne line. How long had you been doing that before you started?
About 4 years. I've been running those. We've had quite a few jams down there. Lots of SP0 had come down, and My Dog Size had done a piece in there, and Anatomics and a few others. And, yeah, there was always people used to come down and say that they used to avoid going down there because it was so dark and dingy, and they used to love coming down and seeing all the new stuff. So I knew there was the support from the public that they liked what we were doing. But last year, having the first festival all around town, I was a little bit worried, thinking, how is it going to be taken? There's some of the older generation might not like it, but people have been fantastic. And on tomorrow night, we've got an awards ceremony for the best community event of last year. So yeah, it's gone well.
Wow. So how did you say that the people at sort of Cheltenham sort of probably had to get used to it for the first year? After the first year, if you look back, how did they respond?
Amazingly, yeah. A friend of mine painted a project up at Bath Road, and they did a load of utility boxes and painted those with like Art Deco designs. Really lovely. They've had loads of complaints about that, and yet we've not had a single complaint about any of the work that we did last year. And I've been interviewed by the Civic Society, and I did a presentation to the Rotary Club, who the kind of the older generation with money in the town, and that's the sort of people I thought might not like it, but they were just amazing. I had to sit down, kneel with them. They were like, "You come and sit by me," and they all took maps and said, "Oh, we've seen one or two of them, but we'll go and have a look." And they all went around the whole trail last year and loved it. Yeah.
So how do you go about curating and choosing artists for an event like this?
Well, the first year, because I wasn't secure about getting the funding, you never know. So it was a lot of friends who'd we'd come and have jams and painted together and things like that. So I always knew that if the funding didn't come through, we'd still have something, and we'd still have a jam, not quite the same size, and wouldn't be able to look after the artists like we have. But so it was built from that, and then once the funding came through, I had a few of the bigger artists who I was ready to go if we got the funding. So, but mostly, yeah, it's just people I've got to know, so I can trust the artist, because that's I don't try to influence what they do in any way. I try to just let them get on with their own work, and I don't really like having to be directed by the businesses or the companies what they're doing. They can choose a style of somebody, but I don't really like to be tried to be directed. So yeah, so a lot of it's my personal choice, to be honest. It's what I like. If somebody contacts me or I see something on the street art site, then I'll contact the artist and say, "Would you fancy coming?" And luckily, quite a few of them have said yes.
I suppose it's quite a big. The trusting's really important, isn't it? Because there's some pieces that are on somebody's houses and businesses, and they've got to be assured that the artist it's going to be quality.
Yeah. I think it's kind of our successes last year is put the right art in the right places, and I think that's what helped to make it a success. And hopefully we've done the same again this year, and people like where we put the type of art we've put in new spaces.
A lot of people have sort of commented on this one. It's quite a friendly festival. There's a sort of friendly feel. Have you had that? It seems to be quite a...
Good, yeah, no, I mean, when we're out painting all the time, we get people coming up to us and saying thank you. I was painting a commission for the Borough Council of the Charlie Chaplin Bridge, And I had this old guy come up and he's like, here you go, it's 20 quid. I was like, no, mate, it's a commission. I was like, no. He's like, no, take it. He's like, I've been watching you work all week. You've worked really hard on this, so here you are, take it.
So do you think there's something about people enjoying the beautification of the town? Not that this town isn't beautiful anyway, but enjoy seeing something a little bit different on the walls, a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, well, it's always nice. It's nice to bring colour to people's lives. We've had hardly any negative comments. I had one guy who wasn't quite sure of what was going on down Cleveland Street, but I think once he sees the L7M Matrix piece, then
yes. That's the bird, isn't it, with the flaming colours and the eyes.
Yeah, I think he's one of the. It's all graffiti. It doesn't matter what it is. It's graffiti, and it's. I think there's, kind of educating people. There's a difference between the tags that you see around.
The old style of thinking.
People and pieces like this, which are fine art pieces.
Yeah. And I suppose we should probably talk about this, seeing as we're standing in front of it. But we've got three beautiful pieces here, and this has been created. And really, I mean, that is just a spectacular, beautiful piece of work, isn't it? Who's this by?
This is Pogo. Pogo's a French artist, but he lives in this country. And I'm really pleased with this. I think it works really well as a threesome. I came around last night, and I hadn't actually seen it anywhere near completed. And I'd had a few drinks after the party. I came walking around the corner and I was so chuffed. I was just blown away. I love the two ladies looking in. The brewery here, I mean, it's because it used to be an old brewery, so they've got a sort of bit of the black and white and colour, and then so you've got the black and white on the side, colour on that side. Sorry. So yeah, I think it works really well. Inky's piece is just amazing. It's so clean.
So how would somebody go about doing something like this, the Pogo piece? How would he actually go about creating something like this?
So this is he's done this with, I've got no idea how many layers stencil. I've no idea how.
I think he was saying.
I've no idea how he creates a stencil so big. I used to do stencils myself, but I couldn't begin to put this one together. I've now gone on to doing freehand, which is nice and liberating because you don't have to be spending hours and hours cutting. But yeah, I have no idea how he's done all that. Really, it's a feat of art. Really, it's just amazing.
And next to the Nasher, so Nasher.
Nasher's was here from last year, and you got Michael Knoll there sat tagging somebody's book.
Oh yes.
This was created for last year's festival. Brewery wanted to have an involvement and wanted to reflect the fact that it was the old brewery.
Yeah.
And sorry.
And then finally the Inky piece. So getting someone like Inky, I mean, a legend of this graffiti and street art scene, certainly.
Yeah, we can move the scissor lift.
Oh no, that's fine. I've got a clean picture.
I mean, it was great to get him here. And he was lovely. He came in, did his piece, managed to have a couple of drinks with him before he left, and he's going to come back and he's going to do another piece for the town where the Cheltenham Paint Festival sign is at the moment. That's finished with, so he's going to come and do that as well in a couple of weeks.
Brilliant. It looks like you've got some really sort of good, a solid base of art on which to build now.
Yeah, I mean, the Bo Stanton piece down there is just looking fantastic. Caro Pepe's piece at the railway is looking stunning. Nathan and Phil, the M44 and Filth.
You've got some real quality artists here, haven't you? Well-known artists.
And then all the Inky piece, all the other painters are there. Not the Inky, the idiom irony piece.
Yes.
Is all the other painters are that. I'm giving up.
No.
It's just
spectacular.
I'm giving up.
Yes,
it's like a photograph. So yeah, we've had some real quality producers here. I'm really pleased with how it's gone.
Great, Andy. Thanks very much for talking to me.
Thank you. Sorry about the phone keep going off.
Oh, it's all right, buddy. Don't you worry.